West Australia's $600 million stimulus package. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I have my stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from the ABC that's discussing the new stimulus package that has just been announced by the West Australian Premier. Over $600 million. In addition to the stimulus package that was announced by the federal government and the potential for additional stimulus as well, or economic activity or measures. So let's have a look at this. The WA stimulus package will freeze all household fees and charges. Now, there's a few things we need to know about WA if you're not familiar with it. This here is a Google Earth image of Australia, and see all of these little dots. These are all the iron ore mines in Australia, the active ones. The data's from 2014, but it's the best I could get. It can quite clearly show you how many are located in Western Australia. Now, iron ore is a big portion, this is from the Observatory of Economic Complexity, a big portion of the exports out of our country. 20% of the exports, $48.2 billion. And a big chunk of that goes to one of our major trading partner, which is China. 85 billion at the time. Now, during the last GFC, Australia got lucky. China went on a spending spree. And because of that spending spree, well, we avoided most of the issues with the GFC. And among other things, we had significant foreign investment into our country, which shot up our housing prices and made a lot of people feel like they were geniuses by buying one property after another, leveraging it, borrowing more and more and more, till we're a property-obsessed civilization where about 57% of our wealth, 57% of our civilization's wealth is locked up in housing. We're running out of water capacity for our growing population. All new innovation in power infrastructure is sustainable, and half of it turns off at night or doesn't work if we don't have much wind. But, we got the houses. Also, Western Australia, they have a large rock lobster industry controlled by a cooperative. And of course, the majority of that trade with the cooperative is to our neighbour to the north, China. And, well, they're in significant trouble. So WA, I would say, particularly with regards to exports, is at risk of feeling the effects of slowdown in global trade more than a lot of other states and other countries, probably too. So let's have a look at this stimulus package that WA is putting forward. And for those of you from WA, let me know what you think about this. Are you in favour of it? Are you opposed to it? Should you just secede already from the rest of Australia? So let's have a look. WA Premier Mark McGowan has announced all household fees and charges, including electricity, water, and vehicle registration, will be frozen as part of a major economic relief package to tackle the illness emergency. And I'm just thinking, Queensland just upped license fees, registration fees, and our Premier gave all of her workers and probably voters free money, free bonuses to help stimulate the economy for doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. The stimulus package will be worth a total of $607 million. It includes a freeze on electricity, water, motor vehicle charges, emergency services levy, and public transport fare increases at a cost to the government of $402 million. Well, maybe the government needs to start realizing maybe people will realize how much the government is costing us and what you're actually getting for that. And they need to start scaling back. Mr. McGowan said it would be the first time in 16 years these costs to household bills would be fixed. The fees and charges will remain unchanged until at least July 2021. So, electricity in WA is getting more expensive. I think that will make a big difference to a lot of people. Will the other states follow? Will they follow? Additionally, the energy assistance payment, a rebate given to concession card holders, will be doubled to $600 to help seniors in particular. The Premier said another $114 million would be spent on measures to help small and medium-sized businesses. Eligible businesses will receive a one-off grant of $17,500. Now, here's the question I put to you all. Business confidence, or consumer confidence, it's not looking good. And we'll have to look at latest figures, but it's not going to improve from this. Business confidence and conditions, they're both in the negative. Now, if you received a grant like this, would you spend it on your business, or would you use it to pay the fees to fire your workers, to scale back, or to go under the pillow? What would you do? Or would you just use it to hoping you could keep going? Mr. McGowan said the measures would provide relief to West Australian families, seniors and small and medium-sized businesses. We can afford to do these type of measures because we've got the budget under control, he said. Oh, well, then there you go. Queensland won't be able to do any of that because their budget is sinking like an anchor. The WA government will also provide 20 days of paid leave for state public sector workers, including casual workers. It will include cover for anyone who has contracted the illness, anyone who needs to care for someone with the illness, or who is required to self-isolate, or who cannot access school or other care arrangements. So there you go. And if we jump here, we can see in a little greater detail the elements of this scheme. So it's a $607 million scheme, and this is from the WA, the West Australia. Million relief package to help cushion the state's economy from the impact of the pandemic. $402 million to freeze household fees and charges until at least July 1, 2021. The freeze will apply to entire household baskets, including electricity, water, motor vehicle charges, emergency services levies, and public transport fees. Okay, so electricity is being frozen. The energy assistance payment will be doubled to support vulnerable West Australians, including pensioners. $114 million in additional measures to support small businesses with the $17,000 grant. A $1 million payroll tax threshold brought forward by 6 months to July 1, 2021. I'm not sure. Are they upping the threshold? Or are they pushing it back? Businesses impacted by the illness can defer payroll tax payments, until July 21/20. Okay, why don't they just get rid of payroll tax? I mean, bloody hell. Okay, so businesses that pay payroll tax will receive a one-off grant of $17,500. So this is the thing where people say, no, it's business handouts. You got to think about it. These businesses have been paying payroll tax for years. And what have they been getting for it? Nothing. The government needs to scale back. They're getting desperate. They're throwing more and more money at everything from the state level, from this level, from that level. You've got the RBA, doing repo, doubling the repo. If our cash rate will drop down. It'll go down. They'll cut it to 0.25, and then we'll hit QE. And then they'll start pushing out more money, and then all the wealth we have will slowly get eroded. There's one way to make houses more affordable. Just inflate the wealth to nothing. What will that do for wages, guys? What will that do for wages? It's definitely going to be interesting to watch. What do you think, guys? Are you a fan? They're making a move. I just hate payroll tax, to be honest. It's my least favorite of the taxes. So, they're taking steps to address it. Do you think we'll see this in other states? If you're from Western Australia, are you a fan of these moves? What would you do if you were in this situation? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and you want to help me produce more content, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join the channel here on YouTube or Patreon. You can use our referral links at Amazon or eBay for your consumer purchases, or Independent Reserve and Kucoin for the crypto traders out there. We have the ability for you to purchase merchandise from the HeiseSays website, pocket squares that you can see behind me, or coffee mugs from Teespring from the link below. We also have PayPal for those of you that want to support us that way. Thanks everyone, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.